Fire Emblem. Engage.
It's a wonderful day for laundry. Wash, rinse, dry, starch, fold. Every step with precision and grace.
Look at you enjoying your chores. Is that even allowed?
I should hope so. I love laundry. Care to join me?
Me? I'll pass.
Are you sure? You might discover that washing clothes on a sunny day is refreshing and restorative. Keeping neat and clean won't exactly lose you any friends either.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Or maybe you've got something hidden among your unmentionables and don't want me to see.
What? Gross, no.
I suppose I'll take your word for it.
Look, it's just better if I decline. Sorry.
Why is that?
It just is. I'd rather not get into why. Actually, I'd better go. See you around.
I wonder what that was about. I love to make the dishes sparkle. Each polished plate rewards me with a view of my own scintillating smile.
There you are, Goldmary. Look, I wanted to apologize to you about the other day.
Apologize? Why?
You made doing laundry look like lots of fun. I actually did want to join you. I just couldn't.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
I can explain, but it's kind of personal.
It's all right. Don't be shy.
Okay, well, I normally hate to bring this up, but I had a horrible childhood. My parents were too poor to raise me, so I was abandoned. I ended up living with a stranger. Even from a really young age, he had me doing all the housework. So, something about doing chores takes me right back to that place. It fills me with dread.
I had no idea.
These days, I always do stuff like laundry and dishes alone. That way I'm not bothering anybody if I go to pieces over it.
I understand.
But I'm not here to make excuses. I'm determined to put my past behind me. I want to be a totally new person. So in the spirit of a fresh start, let's do some chores!
I admire your courage, Yunaka. In that case, please join me in washing the dishes.
You got it, Goldmary! Hey, Goldmary. I'm sorry for ruining all your fun the other day. Even just the thought of housework makes me fall apart so fast.
Don't worry yourself about that. As it happens, I've been thinking it over since then, and I may have an idea. I heard that you're gifted at impersonation. Is that true?
Sure. I mean, I'm decent at it.
Would you like to try impersonating me?
What? Why?
Humor me. Show me what I was like washing clothes the other day.
Okay, if you insist. I think that went a little something like...
It's a wonderful day for laundry. Wash, rinse, dry, starch, fold. Every step with precision and grace. Wonderful. Keep that up and follow me. We'll do laundry as two Goldmarys.
Sounds weird. Let's give it a go.
So, how did you feel? Any of the old dread?
Amazingly, no. Not even a little. I was so focused on being you that I totally forgot about my past.
Perfect. Exactly as planned. From now on, whenever you need to do chores, you can just pretend to be me. Once you form the habit, I think you'll find chores far less worrisome. There's no easy cure for a wound like yours. But take it one small step at a time. You'll heal.
So that's what you had in mind. Great idea, Goldmary. You're a genius. I said I wanted to be a new person, and now I have someone to be. You.
I suppose there are worse goals to have. Consider me honored. I'm sorry if my perfection is too much for you, but it's good to aim high, of course.
Ooh, that's good. You're good. I need to start taking notes.
I'm sorry if my perfection is too much for you,
to be said coyly in response to praise.
You're a little too quick a study. You don't have to imitate everything I say.
Only kidding. But now I've got your flustered face in my back pocket too. Thanks for taking me under your wing. I know I can be a handful.
My pleasure. If you want me to be your teacher, I will happily accept you as a student.
Goldmary, I heard a rumor that some gentlemen callers were asking after you in town.
I'm sorry that you didn't hear it from me, but it happens too often for me to tell you every time.
Oh, I'm not mad. So, what did you do? What did you tell them?
I declined as politely as I could.
That makes sense. I guess you're pretty used to this kind of thing, huh? I mean, this has been happening to you for a while, right?
I'm afraid so. I seem to attract that sort of attention wherever I go. I'm sorry if my natural charisma is in any way an inconvenience to you.
No, that's not what I mean. That kind of stuff just doesn't happen to me, is all.
It will when you're older.
What, like I'm a little kid or something?
Of course not.
Well, I guess I should look on the bright side. You set the standard of charming. I only expect the best from my retainers. I'm proud to see you excel.
Thank you.
Speaking of excellence, maybe you can teach me some of your skills. Cooking, for instance.
It would be my pleasure.
Wow, I'm a terrible cook.
You're doing great. Follow my lead and this will turn out fine. You can do this.
Get ready to flip it. One swift motion. Now! Ah! I did it!
You did. It's a little lopsided, but the flavor is what's most important.
I hope it tastes good then. Try it for me.
Delicious. It's wonderful.
Yes! Soon I'll be every bit as charming and talented as you, Goldmary.
Of course.
With a retainer like you, though, I can't let my guard down.
A retainer, you say?
Something wrong with that?
Nothing at all. Except that Rosado and I are not officially your retainers.
Oh, I don't care about what's official or not. When the Fell Dragon awakened and the war started, we were all just classmates. But Father asked me to return to the castle, and one thing led to another.
It was Rosado and I who insisted on accompanying you home.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have had it any other way. I didn't even want to leave the academy, much less get separated from my friends. But I guess I did rope you into this mess, didn't I? I'm sorry.
I'm the one who should apologize. Retainers to Illusian royalty are supposed to be handpicked by the king. We ran roughshod over that process. And now, we'll never be able to get his approval. All because I failed to protect your father.
There was nothing any of us could do. Besides, he'd have given you both his blessing, no doubt in my mind. So, I don't want to hear another word about it, okay? You have nothing to apologize for.
I'm relieved to hear you say that.
And I'm relieved you're here with me. I hope you'll stay on, even after the war's over. Will you accompany me back to the academy?
I consider it a privilege. Do you remember the first time we met?
The very first time? Well, I'd skipped some grades, which got me into the advanced class.
It was well before that.
Wait, it was?
Yes. Before the advanced class, I'd accidentally wandered into a skirmish between Brodian and Illusian forces. The whole town quickly became a battlefield. With me caught in the middle. I was terrified. It was you who got me out of there. You saved me.
Oh, I remember that day. We'd gotten reports of Brodia's surprise attack. I went to check on the troops. There was a lone girl who'd gotten left behind. That was you?
It was. I was about to be cut down by a Brodian soldier, but you protected me with magic. You pulled me onto your Pegasus, flew me to safety, and left. Didn't even give me your name. Imagine my surprise when we met for the second time in the Academy's advanced class.
Why have you never mentioned this before?
I was embarrassed. I bring it up now because I want you to know how deeply I respect you.
Thank you. That really means a lot. I'm glad you told me, and for what it's worth, I really respect you too. You put your life on the line to keep me safe. I couldn't ask for a better friend. It doesn't hurt that you're adorable either. Just being near you makes me look good.
You're absolutely right.
Should I take that to mean you won't be leaving my side anytime soon?
Of course. I'm your retainer after all, aren't I? More than that, Hortensia. I'm your friend. I will do anything I can to support you. Here we are, Fram. This is the perfect spot for apple picking.
Ooh, it's pretty. Kind of a long hike just to get some fruit to cook with, don't you think?
The best food requires the best ingredients. Gathering them takes effort.
Just getting here was a serious workout. Cooking is no joke. I can't wait to relax in a nice warm bath after I get home. Goldmary? What are you doing?
What's the matter?
Why are you taking your clothes off? Put them back on this instant!
There's a lovely spring right here. I thought I would take a quick dip.
A little warning would have been nice.
Warning for what? I was only going to rinse off. You said yourself you were looking forward to a bath after that long hike.
Sure, but I was planning on doing that when I got home. You're really comfortable enough to just take a bath out in the open?
Yes, it seems normal to me. But that's probably because I grew up in a village with hot springs.
I always thought you seemed pretty shy, but it looks like I was totally wrong. I guess that's what I get for judging by appearances, huh?
Oh,
Hey, Goldmary! How'd it turn out with the apples we gathered the other day?
better than I could have possibly imagined. Unfortunately, they also ruined my life.
What? How?
I was so delighted eating the dish I made that my face bore a terribly inelegant expression.
I don't get it. Your face looks fine to me.
It's fine now, but there's nothing I can do about those who saw it. They'll remember forever.
I still don't think I see the problem, but okay.
How can you not see? Whenever those people look at me, they'll see nothing but a silly face.
I really don't think they will, even if they noticed the, expression to begin with. You sound like you could use a break, though. Hey, how about taking a soak in a hot spring? That'd be nice and relaxing, right? Get you feeling back to your elegant self again?
No! I can't do that!
What? Why not?
What if someone who saw my silly face is there? What if they tell everyone? I'd never live it down!
I'm sure that won't happen, Goldmary. Look, this isn't the end of the world, okay?
If everyone there knew how ridiculous I looked, I could never go to the hot springs again. But there's no way to know if anyone who saw me would be there until I went there. It's like wanting to go shopping for clothes without having an outfit to wear to the store.
Okay, I don't really get it, but I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. Please don't cry.
Will you help me rehearse my demeanor until it's graceful and refined again?
Sure, yeah. Whatever makes you feel better.
Thank you, Fram. Hello, Fram. Notice anything different about me? That's right. My place in the world has been restored. I'm once again the picture of elegance.
Hey, that's great. I'm glad our efforts paid off. I mean, you don't seem any different to me, but I'm glad you're feeling better.
You can't tell? I'm tilting my head 10 degrees instead of that unseemly 15.
Okay.
I really must thank you, Fram. You stood by me, even when my head was tilted much too far to be taken seriously. You were even there to help me practice my expression until I got it exactly right. Thanks to you, I understand that one graceless moment isn't going to ruin a friendship.
Exactly. Friends aren't superficial with each other like that.
Would you let me give my thanks in the form of a delicious home-cooked meal?
Yeah, I'd love that.
I will make something with those apples we gathered. It'll be both tasty and nutritious.
I can't wait! This is gonna be amazing!
Try to temper your expectations. It will only be about as good as the top restaurants.
Only that good, huh? You're really confident in your cooking.
I'm sorry in advance if the delights I prepare ruin your taste buds to all other cuisine.
I'm glad to see you're fully back to your old self, Goldmary. And I can't wait to try what you cook up!
Hello, Saphir. I heard you're good with fish. Is that true?
Yep, you heard right. Been fishing ever since my dad first took me out on the water. Been cooking 'em about as long. If it's got gills or flippers or tentacles, I can cook it to your preference.
I see. Even uncommon ingredients like squid or octopus are within your purview then.
They sure are. I once caught this massive thing, a real whopper. Don't even know what it was, but that didn't stop us from cutting it up and making a huge feast for the whole village.
That is quite a story. You must be exceptionally skilled. That is why I must destroy you utterly.
Whoa, hey! Why the hostility?
I'm sorry, Saphir, but there is only room for one perfect chef here. I challenge you to a singular contest of culinary skill.
You mean like a cook-off?
That's right. We'll showcase our talents and let others decide which of us is superior.
Sure. I guess this might as well happen.
Good. I will tell you when and where as soon as it is decided. Be ready to cook some seafood. And look forward to being ground into dust and used for seasoning.
Here we are. Ready to cook some fish?
Well, not exactly.
Hey, what's wrong? I thought you were gonna grind me to dust.
Ashamed as I am to admit it. I wasn't able to get my hands on any decent fish.
No? That's a shame. Look what I caught. As rare a specimen as you'll find in these parts.
The competition hasn't even started and I've already lost.
Not at all. Look, I caught one for you too.
Why would you do that?
Wouldn't be fair otherwise. It's a cook-off, not a fishing contest.
That's true. Thank you, Saphir. This is a noble gesture. I'm humbled by your kindness. But as much as I want to win this competition, I can't let you outshine me in nobility either. So, please take this.
What have we got here?
Rare herbs. They were hard to come by, but it would be poor form not to share them now.
You weren't kidding. These are tough to find. Thanks, Goldmary. You're all right. Now, let's get cooking. May the best chef win.
Agreed. You're going down. The cook-off was a delight, Saphir. I'm actually proud to say we were evenly matched.
Yeah, it was great. Can't complain about a tie with a skilled chef like you. Tight as the competition was, though. That wasn't the best part. That honor goes to all the smiling faces we got to feed.
I have to agree. The crowd seemed to be so worn down before we got started. But by the time we were finished, they were completely revitalized.
Yeah, we did a good thing.
I have to say, Saphir, the way you handled our contest truly moved me.
How so?
The only reason I was able to cook at all was because you shared your catch with me. If not for your generosity, I would have been a laughingstock. And even though you could have humiliated me, You didn't say another word about it.
Are you kidding? I could say the same thing about you, you know.
I don't see how.
Those herbs of yours were a key ingredient in my dish. I couldn't have made it without them. You didn't say another word about that, did you? What's so funny?
It's just very unlike me to refrain from saying something. Normally, I'm the sort of person who would take credit for those herbs. But in this situation, well, I guess you could say I was inspired by your good deed.
That's really touching.
I'd love it if we could do this again. I don't mean as a competition. Let's just cook up another feast for people.
Sounds great. We should branch out from seafood next time, too. I'll be in unfamiliar territory, though, so you'll have to give me a few pointers.
I'll be happy to teach you a few tricks. Maybe then you'll be able to say I inspired you as well.
Hey, Goldmary, could you teach me how to cook?
I could, but why the sudden interest?
I've been thinking. When it comes to cuteness, I'm obviously miles ahead of you.
Excuse me?
But you're still better than me at a lot of things, and cooking is one of your many talents. So I figure, if I really want to compete with you, I should learn. How hard could it be?
Sorry, but I'm still not past the part where you said you're miles ahead of me in cuteness.
Really? Well, we can come back to that another day. The important thing is I want to learn to cook, and I want you to teach me. What do you say?
Not the most flattering way to ask for a favor. But since we're friends... Alright, I'll teach you.
Yes! Thanks, Goldmary! Soon I'll be adorable and multi-talented.
I suppose we'll see.
Dang it, Goldmary. Why are my omelets not as good as yours? I followed all the steps you showed me. What am I missing?
There's a trick to it. You'll pick it up with practice.
Why is cooking so much harder than eating? Maybe I'm not cut out for this.
Giving up already? You've only just started.
It's not that I want to give up. I just don't want the stress of being bad at something.
You know, Rosado, you have so many wonderful qualities.
Aw, thanks. Wait, why are you complimenting me all of a sudden?
In fact, you're one of the most charming people I've ever met. Giving up just because you weren't perfect right away, though. That's the only thing that could ever make you look like a loser.
Oh.
Well, I guess it can't be helped. You've already decided you don't want the stress. Consider our cooking lessons canceled.
Wait, no. I want to keep going.
You do?
Yes! Let me take dinner shift tonight. I'll make omelets for everybody.
That should give you all the practice you need.
Well, Goldmary, how's the omelet?
Excellent. You got the texture just right. I knew you could do it. That's why I didn't want you to quit.
I stuck with it because of what you said. I'm one of the most charming people you've ever met. But I'll be a loser if I quit too easily.
Well remembered.
They were familiar words. Hortensia said basically the same thing to me back at the academy.
I know. She told me about how you first behaved when you started there. You were so focused on being popular that you completely neglected your studies.
Yeah. She said no matter how cute or charming I am, I'll be a loser if I don't apply myself. It's not enough just to be cute. I have to work to improve too. You reminded me of that.
I'm so glad. It wouldn't have looked good for me to be friends with a quitter. Then again, if you really were a loser, we would never have become friends in the first place. I'm still not sure I understand why exactly you wanted to learn to cook, though.
I'm trying to be your equal, Goldmary. You always have my back in battle. I want you to feel like you can trust me, too. So I guess you could say I'm trying to grow as a person.
That's very sweet. But I have to ask, how is your being a good cook supposed to help me trust you on the battlefield? It's all right. Even if all your hard work means nothing, I'm still proud of you.
Okay, you made your point.
Don't worry. I trust you with my life, whether on the battlefield or in the kitchen.
Good. I won't let you down.
Goldmary, what has happened? Are you all right?
My poor clothes. I must have torn my sleeve on that tree back there.
You tore your sleeve. From the sound of it, I thought you were under attack. I came rushing for nothing.
I'm so sorry to alarm you. My piercing cry must have struck your ears like the ringing of gilded trumpets. But at least now you're here to help me through this ordeal. What should I do?
What a sad state you are in. All right, show me the sleeve.
What for?
So I can see the tear. Do you want my help or not?
I'll have to get my sewing kit.
I will use mine. It should take but a moment.
Oh, you have your own?
Is that so strange?
No, not at all. I'm very impressed, actually.
Come on then, show me the tear. I do have other tasks to complete today.
Thank you so much.
Remember though, this is only a mend and not a repair.
Hello, Vander.
Whatever you need, I am sure it can wait until I've finished my knitting.
I just wanted to thank you again for fixing my sleeve the other day.
Oh, I happened to be passing by. Anyone else in my position would have done the same.
But you were the one who stopped to help me, so it's you who gets my thanks. May I ask what it is you're working on?
Lace. I do not know what will become of it yet. I will sort that out when it's done.
I'm sure you could make all kinds of accessories that would accentuate my natural charisma.
An accessory? Good idea.
I admire you, Vander. You're strong, but you also have a delicate touch. I think that's lovely.
I was attendant to Queen Lumera for a long time. The job required me to be proficient in sewing, cooking, cleaning, all manner of housework.
I consider housework to be among my greatest skills, but you may actually have me beat. With all your talents, I imagine you were quite the charmer in your youth.
Not particularly. I was far too devoted to my vocation to have time for that sort of thing.
I see.
If I give this to you, will you go on your way?
You're offering me the lace? Thank you, but I wouldn't want to deprive the person it's intended for.
It is not intended for anyone. I only knit to occupy my hands while my mind does its work.
Have a look at this, Vander.
I see you have made good use of my lace. That is a fine accessory.
I'm sorry if your craftsmanship is overshadowed by my grace in wearing it.
You have no shortage of self-esteem, I must say.
I'll take that as a compliment.
I suppose you should. Confidence is a good trait. You have the right attitude.
Thank you very much. If it's not too much trouble, Vander, could I ask something of you?
What is it?
You said knitting is a way to occupy your hands while your mind does its work. I wonder if you'd like to put some of that work toward me.
How do you mean?
I'm asking you to teach me how to knit. I think it would make a wonderful addition to my ever-broadening array of talents.
Grant me the patience. I have no idea how I ever perceived you as humble.
Am I asking for too much? I'm sorry.
I shall teach you what I know. I am interested to see what you can do.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. In return, of course, you'll have the pleasure of my scintillating conversation. Before long, you'll be wondering how you ever managed to do all that knitting alone.
You really are something else. Your confidence comes paired with a brazen tongue. You simply say whatever you think. Yet, it is a trait that does make conversation with you enjoyable, I must admit. Very well. It is always nice to talk. Perhaps we will have a good bit of fun.
I'm confident we will.
Another delicious-looking spread for dinner. Ooh, and they've got baked potatoes tonight. Lucky for me, there's still one left. Gotta get my starches in after all. Feels like everything's going my way.
Oh, I'm gonna step in here. Excuse me.
Did you just... That baked potato was mine.
Then you should have taken it instead of staring at it.
Ugh. This is just the kind of thing I'd expect an Illusian to do.
Only when there are Pyrenees in the way.
I don't think you want to push this with me, lady. Hand over the baked potato.
Respectfully, I decline.
You decline? That's a fine thing to say for a potato thief.
I can't steal what wasn't yours to begin with. Any authority figure would agree.
That's it. No more talk. Give me that potato.
No.
You can't just eat it.
Delicious. Sorry, I got distracted for a moment there. What were you saying?
Have it your way. But don't think this is over. You're gonna pay. Hey, you Illusian weirdo. We gotta talk.
I'm sorry, I must have misheard you. Who are we talking about?
You heard me just fine. What possessed you to spend 3 hours before battle polishing silverware?
I don't see how that's any of your business. But since we're asking questions, indulge me. What's the point of your excessive exercise?
What kind of question is that? We're at war. Silverware doesn't keep you alive in battle. Muscle does.
I'm sorry, what?
Do you think your perfectly folded clothes are going to help you put a dent in the corrupted?
Excuse me, what? What?
Quit it with the whats!
Are you actually implying that I'm not in condition to survive a battle? If that's what you think, I'm going to have to ask you to get out of my face.
What did you say?
You are looking at the very picture of elegance and grace. My condition defines pristine. I'm sorry if all your pointless sweating has drained away your aesthetic taste.
Ugh! What's wrong with you?
I was about to ask you the same thing. Hello, Etienne. Thanks for meeting with me. I was hoping we could talk.
I don't know why you called me here, but it had better be good.
This may sound a little peculiar, but would you mind giving me your hands?
What for?
I said some unfair things to you. Perhaps if I can feel your strength, I will learn to appreciate it. So, if you don't mind, I'd like to see how your hands feel. I'll put out the light so you can relax.
Sure, I guess.
You really are strong. I can tell by the calluses how devoted you are to honing that strength.
Well, yeah.
Seeing how your dedication shapes who you are has helped me understand. Thank you. Here, take my hands if you'd like. Maybe you'll understand who I am a little better.
Does that work?
Only one way to find out.
Whoa, is your skin seriously this smooth?
Of course.
I've never felt anything like this. You must put in some real effort to get it that way.
I'm sorry for asking this of you so suddenly. I know it's an odd way to get to know someone.
A little. But I learned more about you than I thought. You showed me there's more to life than being ready for war. I have to be ready for peace, too.
You see? Perhaps we can learn from one another after all. I'd be happy to give you advice on elegance in exchange for tips on my exercise routine.
Sure, I love coaching people. Between you and me, a big part of this is protein powder. I'll set some aside for you.
That sounds wonderful. If you'd like a lotion for your hands, I know several good ones.
Look at us. It didn't take much for us to start getting along, huh? Maybe I should actually thank you for swiping that last baked potato.
No need to thank me for that. I was stealing after all. I'm looking forward to learning from you, Etienne. I hope you feel the same. Oh no. What am I going to do?
What's wrong?
Well, my parents run an inn beside the finest hot springs in Illusia. Oh, I'm sorry if that makes you jealous. I can't help that I grew up an only child in the lap of luxury.
Wow. Sounds lovely.
Yes, but my parents have just informed me that the inn is having trouble with bears.
Bears, huh? Ugh, they can be tricky to deal with. There's no time to lose. We'd better write up a letter telling your parents what to do.
But I don't know anything about bears. I have so many talents, but dealing with terrifying predators isn't one of them.
Leave it to me. I'm from a village where we deal with them all the time, so I know my stuff.
Really?
Here's an example. Let's say you find a bear eating your crops. So you say, "Hey, get out of here, fur face, or you're in for a world of hurt." The bear will be like, "Oh, sure thing," and have lunch elsewhere.
Wow.
Seriously, I'm speaking from experience here. I've done it dozens of times.
All right, you're the expert. I trust you.
I know lots of bear management methods, from intimidation to good old-fashioned combat.
Please teach me everything you know. Thank you so much for all your help, Lapis. My parents wrote to let me know that the bears have stopped giving them trouble.
That's great! What a relief.
They sent this along to thank you.
Huh? Wait a second. Is this...
An invitation to relax and enjoy your stay at my family's inn. As soon as the war is over. I may be biased, but I really do think you'll find our hot springs to be the finest in the world.
Wow, that sounds like such a treat. Thanks. I have to say, Goldmary, I'm surprised you're from a little village. You're so sophisticated.
Oh, don't be silly. You're right, though. Go on.
Let me guess. You were born in a rural area and then raised in the big city?
No, I lived in my home village until just a few years ago. I was there right until I had to leave for the academy, actually.
Your village must be way different than mine.
I'd be curious to hear about the differences.
Sure thing. Next time we talk, I'll tell you all about where I grew up. I'll even make us lunch. I know just the thing to whip up for the occasion.
Wonderful! Usually I'm the one making the food, so this will be a nice change of pace. I'm looking forward to spending more time with you.
Hello, Goldmary. I made lunch. Hope you brought an appetite.
These look delicious. What are they?
They're yam dumplings, made with yams from my village. Go on, eat up.
I've never heard of them before. I hope they taste as good as they look. My goodness. Oh, they're wonderful. I didn't expect them to be so intensely sweet.
That's all from the yams. I didn't use sugar.
I hope you don't mind if I help myself to the rest.
By all means. I'm sure my parents would be glad you're enjoying their yams so much.
Are they farmers?
The land isn't fertile though, so they're pretty poor. And bears are always roaming around, so we'd have to hunt them down and eat them.
That explains how you came to know so much about handling that bear situation.
I learned a lot from dealing with those bears. Above all, I learned how to fight. Then I entered Brodia's fighting tourney, my ticket out of poverty. By winning the tourney, I earned a spot as Prince Alchrist's retainer. So, you might say I have bears to thank for my success. No one in the tourney held a candle to them, after all.
They do set a high bar.
And now, you might say I have those bears to thank for my friendship with you.
You're right, and I'm very glad for that. I don't often let my guard down around people, but I feel like I can be myself around you. If it's all right, I'd like it if we could spend time together more often.
I'd love that.
Great! You and I can chat about all the aspects of village life the big city folks can't understand.
Sounds like a plan. It's nice to have a friend from the country, even if it's a different country's country.
Hello, Boucheron. I hope you don't mind that I made lunch for you.
Oh, really? Oh, just for me, huh?
Just for you. The main course is chicken on skewers with roasted vegetables. The sides include a small omelet, some lightly toasted bread, and fresh fruit for a treat.
This is incredible. Not only does it smell great, the presentation is practically professional.
I'm sorry if it looks too perfect. Disturbing it must feel like upsetting the world's balance. But I hope you can find the courage. I made it especially for you, after all.
Don't worry, I'm about to dig in right now. It tastes as good as it smells. This might be one of the most delicious meals I've ever had.
I'm sorry, but is that really all you have to say?
Come again?
It seems like I deserve a bit more praise than that. And could you speak up, please?
You want more compliments? What else is there to say?
What else is there to say? I'm sorry, but I don't know how to answer such a dim-witted question.
This got spicy all of a sudden.
There are infinite ways to compliment perfection. You barely gave me one. Surely you can think of at least a few more.
You know, Goldmary, I'm starting to get the idea that you're a little bit demanding.
Thank you for all your kind praise about the lunch I made for you last time.
Well, you practically held me at sword point.
Your compliments made me so happy that I decided to prepare another meal for you.
Oh, thanks, but I brought my own sandwich today.
You won't be satisfied with that once you see what I have here.
Whoa!
Fluffy scrambled eggs, seared scallops wrapped in bacon, and more fresh fruit, of course. I'm sorry if my peerless skill elevates this simple dish to unbearable heights of divinity.
It's tempting, don't get me wrong, but I'll stick with my sandwich all the same.
Are you really going to cast aside this golden perfection and content yourself with trash? If that's really what you want, I guess I'll have to throw this away.
Hey now, don't let it go to waste. I'll eat it, I'll eat it. It's divine. The moment it hits my tongue, every inch of me shudders with joy.
Not a bad opening remark. But you must have more to say than that.
Are you kidding me?
You did well last time, but I hope you won't get complacent. Strive to outdo yourself.
What I said just now wasn't enough?
You made one general comment. What about each individual component? Don't be neglectful. You could also stand to give an opinion or two about my aesthetic choices. I know it's overwhelming, but if you can't do it, I'll have to stop you from eating anymore.
Oh, what a pain. I knew this would happen. But somehow I fell for it anyway.
Has this meal made you so tongue-tied that you can't give me even one little compliment? If it's hurt you that badly, I should knock it out of you before it does any more damage.
No need for that. I'll compliment you all you want. Just keep your hands to yourself. Is that you, Goldmary? Oh, why are you sitting here in the dark?
Oh, hello, Boucheron. I've made meals for just about everyone now, and I've barely gotten any praise at all. They all said I was asking for too much. So now I feel like giving up.
Poor you. Those guys have a lot to learn.
You think so?
They don't understand how demanding you are. You're practically a world champion at it. Me, though, I'm used to it by now. I even think it's kind of cute.
Boucheron, I'm so glad.
Being demanding is just your way of being charming. And so long as I think so, well, who cares what anyone else thinks?
Oh, thank you. I feel so much better. And now that my smile is worth 1,000,000 gold again, I'll have to pay you back in cooking.
Cooking?
That's right. I'm going to make you a regular lunch from now on.
You mean right now?
Don't worry. I won't make you shower me endlessly with praise. You've already given me enough of that to last a lifetime. So from now on, all you need to do is relax and enjoy what I make for you.
I wouldn't mind handing out more compliments if it means making you happy.
Really? You mean it?
What's wrong?
I hope you don't mind a little extra salt. You're just so kind. I couldn't hold back my tears.
Tears? Oh, no. Just hearing the word makes me want to cry.
Oh, you're such a sensitive person. I admire that about you, Boucheron. It's very charming. I'll get to the cooking. I can't wait to hear everything you have to say about it.
You cook up more food, I'll cook up more praise, and we'll both come out ahead.
Goldmary, I hear you are quite the chef.
I certainly am. I'm sorry to say, to the chagrin of all lesser cooks, my talent in the kitchen has no equal. I feel the envy of others weighing heavily on me. But I suppose that is the price of greatness.
Marvelous. Well then, being such an expert, might you be willing to teach me?
Maybe. Why?
To my great shame, I know nothing of the culinary arts. As a servant of the royal family, I ought to have some facility in the kitchen, don't you think?
Naturally, but giving you my culinary secrets would mean more competition for me.
I assure you, I do not wish to steal your thunder. All I want is to please the boss.
If it's purely for the crown princess, all right. Out of respect for your devotion, I'll do it. I will gather up the ingredients. Be ready to get started next time we meet.
Thank you. I will not forget this kindness.
Time to begin our cooking lesson, Panette. We are going to roast a chicken.
Marvelous. The boss is quite partial to foul concoctions.
I'm not sure that phrasing makes sense to me, but all right. Here's what we're working with.
I see. So this bird has been roasted and is ready to serve, correct?
What? Of course not. It's absolutely raw. First we'll put in some stuffing, and then we'll roast it. Over fire.
Oh, I see.
We'll use these vegetables for our stuffing. Would you chop them into fine pieces for us?
With gusto.
They're only vegetables, Panette. They don't fight back.
Here comes the finishing strike.
Well, I'd say you've chopped them into complete submission.
Why, thank you, Miss Goldmary. I am happy to chop further if need be.
No, you've been very thorough. If you chop them anymore, we'll be having soup. We should also not be seasoning with splinters from the cutting board, but we'll let that go. Now let's stuff the chicken with the veggies, put it on a skewer, and roast it up nicely.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes?
Is it ready yet?
We only just put it on the fire.
Thank you ever so much for the cooking lesson, Goldmary. I later made a chicken roast for the boss, following your steps to the letter. She was over the moon, I say. Could not stop singing the dish's praises.
Oh, I'm so glad. Could it be that teaching is yet another entry in my absurdly long list of talents? I'm sorry if the pristine quality of my lesson presented a distraction for you while cooking.
No, but there was one issue. The boss did appear to be in some pain as she ate.
That's worrisome.
Yes, there was something hard in the chicken that ground against her teeth. Gristle, perhaps.
Or a chunk of the cutting board. You really must learn to be more careful with the chopping.
Understood.
Despite that, I think my cooking course was quite successful. Wouldn't you agree?
Indeed, it was a rousing success. Thank you for your assistance, my teacher. In fact, thanks to your tutelage, I have already received my first cooking assignment.
You've been given work. As a chef.
The boss found my way of chopping ingredients rather charming, you see. So when the war is over, she will invite some luminaries for a demonstration at Solm Palace.
A demonstration in the palace? For the whole court of the queendom?
I know, isn't it wonderful? I will be sure to tell them that it was you who taught me all I know.
That's a bit, well, there are bound to be serious individuals even in a relaxed court like Solm, so I suppose I'd better help make sure your chopping skill is up to the task.
What? I thought our lessons were finished.
If my name is on this, we will do it right. Shall I tell Princess Tamara that you refused lessons?
No.
Shouldn't you be grateful to have individual instruction from such a gifted teacher?
Yes, Miss Goldmary.
Was the meal to your satisfaction, Divine One?
Oh yes, it was delicious. Thanks so much.
Could you look me in the eyes, please?
Sure.
Perfect. Keep on looking right at me. You have such an intense gaze. Tell me what you're feeling in this moment.
Nothing much, really.
Have I stirred your heart so little? Let me ask you again. I'll whisper in your ear this time. Has your lunch with me today brought you any feelings of contentment?
Oh, very much so.
I knew it. I'm so glad. Tell me more about these feelings.
Well, I'm so content I couldn't eat another bite.
I'd be really curious to learn your recipe.
My recipe. Not exactly what I had in mind, but if that's really what you want, I'll teach you. I'm here to wake you up if that's all right. Still asleep, are you? Perhaps my voice is a touch too soothing. That's all right. Feel free to enjoy your rest a while longer. Wake up at your leisure. Good morning. Are you happy to see me? Of course you are. Here I am, fresh off a morning bath. There's only one problem with my morning routine. Once I get in the bath, I don't want to get out. The rest of the world is cold and dirty. Good morning. You know, I went out of my way to help you start your day. That deserves to be acknowledged.
Goldmary, are you okay?
Oh, Divine One. Did the sound of my soul in anguish finally get your attention? I'm so glad.
What's wrong? Talk to me. I'm here to help.
It's just that I can't possibly be any more charming.
What?
Everyone always says I'm the most popular woman in the world. But if you're immune to my charms, I know that can't be true. My confidence is shattered. So here I stand. My tears flowing freely like 2 rivers of glittering diamonds.
Look, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings somehow. I really didn't mean to.
No, please don't apologize. Only tell me what I can do to earn your affection.
You don't need to do anything special. I already think you're quite charming.
You do? You think I'm charming?
Of course. And it's not just me, you know. Everyone loves you. So don't feel like you have to push yourself so hard over this, okay? What's wrong?
Nothing. Nothing. I'm just so relieved. Thank you. As a token of my appreciation, you may admire my perfect tears a while longer.
Okay. Thanks.
I'm sorry, but you need to wake up immediately. I can't believe how late I slept. Why don't my friends come by to wake me in the morning? I suppose they don't want to disturb me. Sorry. It took quite a bit of effort to wake you. And it's already noon. Excuse me? I'm sorry, what? Are you actually suggesting I'm the one who overslept? I wonder how others go about waking you. I thought I could easily get anyone wrapped around my finger. Why is the divine dragon immune to my charms? What do I need to do differently? Ah, you're awake. You meant it when you said I was charming, right? Could you do me a favor? Could you say it again? Divine One, I must apologize for what happened last time we spoke. I was so overcome with joy, I actually made you stay with me until I was finished crying.
That's all right. I'm just glad to see you feeling better.
After it was over, I realized it would make more sense if you knew about my childhood.
Oh, what about it?
Everyone always fawned over me when I was young. So much so, in fact, it was all I knew. But in Illusia, when you reach a certain age, you have to leave home for the academy. For the first time, I had competitors. Others were more popular than me. I was devastated. I came to understand that some people can simply be better. I began to question everything.
That must have been difficult.
Since then, I've become a bit of a perfectionist. Being anything less than ideal is frustrating. But then, you said you thought I was charming.
And I stand by that. Somehow you always manage to be charming, even on the battlefield.
Thank you. As soon as you said those words, I felt my confidence come flooding back.
Is this good crying?
Can't you tell by how these tears glisten on my cheeks like the morning dew? I'm sorry, Divine One. I have such powerful feelings. It would be a crime to contain myself. You'll just have to admire this magnificence to your heart's content.
I'll remain by your side until you're finished.
My idea is perfect. No one else will have thought of this, I'm sure of it. I've prepared a little surprise for you. The most calming way to wake. Listen to the flowing water and be transported. Isn't it soothing? Good morning. How was that? Relaxing, revitalizing? There's no need to thank me, but go on and do it anyway. The most popular person in the world is here to wake you. Well, maybe second most. You're obviously more popular than I am, but that's all right. I'll take Illusia. And you can have the rest of the world. Good morning. I wanted to thank you again for telling me you found me charming. My confidence is back now. And it's all because of you. Thanks for meeting with me, Divine One. I took the liberty of setting a table for you.
This is incredible. You made all this for me?
I did. The presentation is rather plain by my usual standards, I have to admit. You might wonder why I'd go so far out of my way to prepare such an unremarkable dish. But this one has a special place in my heart. So in that sense, making it for you is an expression of my truest self.
Thank you. That means a lot to me.
I'm so glad, Divine One. If I may, there is something I'd like to say to you.
What is it?
Before, I might have hidden this by insisting you must have feelings for me, but that's beneath me now. Thanks to you, I'm confident enough to say how I feel. I'm falling in love with you. More and more each day.
You are?
Please tell me you feel the same. Please tell me you think I'd make a perfect partner for you.
Perfect. Ever the perfectionist, even now. I have to say it's endearing. Forgive me if I'm a little speechless, Goldmary. Your confession took me by surprise, but I couldn't imagine a more perfect partner than you. So I want you to have this.
The pact ring? I feel like I'm dreaming.
You're not. Try it on.
Look! A perfect fit. And just the right match for these elegant hands.
I couldn't agree more.
Sweet of you to say. Now, shall we sit down and eat? Wouldn't want it to get cold.
Great idea. Let's.
I feel like I owe the people of the world an apology. No one else gets to be this happy. Actually, let's toast to that. Glasses up. Here's to us, the envy of the world. I want to be with you for the rest of my life. Your perfect partner is here to wake you. My voice isn't enough to wake you? You must be very tired. You're the most hardworking person I know. I truly admire that. I know I'm not normally the type to flatter, but for you, I'll make an exception. That's just one of the perks you get for being my partner. Another is that I love you. Good morning. Does the sight of me fill you with happiness? Wait, what? It really does? I was only teasing you, you know. You're so sincere, it throws me off. Are you awake yet, or still asleep? Either way, I'm here to see you. Too busy dreaming about me to wake up? I told myself I'd stop doing that. Instead of pretending I know what your feelings are, I'll just tell you mine. Awake or asleep, I'm happy to spend time with you. You already know why that is, but I'll say it again. It's because I'm in love with you. Does it make you happy to be woken up by your perfect partner? I'm sorry, but the happiest one in the world is actually me. That's because I was given a beautiful ring by the love of my life.
Fire Emblem. Engage.